Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Cody again. Today I'm going to be making this pretty brief. I had already recorded about a 20-minute segment of this, and I completely found out that I was kind of confusing. I felt as if I was confusing in it. So I want to do this all again. I want to try to, give you guys a better understanding of it and try to simplify it as much as possible to where you can interact with it and not really have to understand the baseline part of it, but still be able to have that access and that usability. So today, again, it's going to be strictly about like Matic/Polygon. They are the same thing, just a rebrand of name. And then how to interact, and I will also tell you about some of the rewards that I have used since using the DFX protocol. So let's jump into it. But first thing I want to do is say, I hope you guys are having a great week. Seriously, I know that it's down here in Florida. It's been really rainy and stuff, so just been trying to stay within the house. But today's the 4th of July, so I hope you guys are having a good one. So let's get into it. We're going to see that we have our MetaMask wallet. Now, I will include a link below for you guys to be able to, if you want to download a MetaMask extension for your browser, you can do so. Now, please, I will share the exact link. However, I want you to just double check it and make sure that it is the right one because of just any precaution. Obviously, this is whenever you're starting to deal with anyone's personal assets. Again, I've said it before, but I'm not a financial advisor. I know you don't want to hear the same spiel, but I just want you guys to be aware and I want you to be safe. That's, at the end of the day, it's about your money and you need to be able to, keep track of it. So we're going to see here that we have my wallet that's already preloaded on here. Now, you can see that I have some Ethereum, but one of the things that I want to say is whenever you're acting on these different networks or these main nets, essentially, you'll see that Matic or Ethereum, for example, whenever you operate on Ethereum, you use Ether for the transactional fee. Now, Matic operates exactly the same way, but you use Matic as the fee. Excuse me. So BNB would work the same, vice versa. However, so let's go into here, and I'm going to show you that this is a MetaMask extension. Very, in my personal opinion, I think one of the most trusted, developed by consensus, and just a lot of the DeFi players out there that are just really, helped make this wallet really, a good interface, in my opinion. So we'll go to settings. You'll see that there's a couple different things, but we're worried about the network. So the networks are pretty much, the RPCs are basically you interacting with the network or you adding the network to your system, and you're saying, hey, I'm going to give it access. Let's kind of jump into this. It's kind of like connecting your computer into internet. Oh, okay, let's see how this works. So you're plugging into a different network essentially, and then you're operating on it. And so you will notice a couple things that Matic is really fast and at a fraction of the cost. That's the reason why Telcoin is going to be using them, for their layer 2 solution or their scaling, because until Ethereum 2.0 comes out, they're going to have to do something. And I'm very glad that they chose, Polygon, because they're not taken away from the Ethereum network. Because in my opinion, no matter what people think about either Cardano or they think about, just any other sidechain, Solana, Polkadot, all great things. However, I'm not really worried about all the new ones that are coming in, because again, I've said in my previous videos, someone's going to come along, and if you look at like maybe Quant, they're going to connect them together. And I know Telcoin's doing that too, because they're making it easily accessible on pretty much, we have right now 2 different blockchains that you can use, or 3, because Polkadot, they got listed on that Polkadex. So it's not going to really matter at that point. I think that, the first mover advantage is pretty much always key. And it's about being able to, who's using it the most. If you're using it the most, or people are, and they're comfortable with it, they feel secure, they trust it, what's the reason to go somewhere else? There really isn't. So I like what Polygon's doing. And let's go ahead and add this wallet up. I'm talking too much. So as you can see, we have a whole bunch of information right here. We have the network name, we have the RPC URL, chain ID, vice versa, or etc. So we will add the network name. You can see the RPC URL. I usually use I'm going to use the top one here. I've used QuickNode before. I don't know any difference, but again, I got to keep, obviously, just be safe, I would use the top one just to make sure we're just using the main one. So you can see the chain ID, and you can also see that your Explorer right here. Your Explorer would be the same thing as like Etherscan, for example, but since it's a different network, it'll be Polygon Scan, because obviously that is their network. So, and again, for these RPCs, I don't think any of these are going to change, the way that it operates. It may, depending on like speed wise, but I don't really think that it's going to change anything else opposed to that. So I really wouldn't worry. After you've went ahead and have went ahead and added this, go ahead and click save. I've already done so I'm not going to do that. And then you'll be able to go to the top here and see that you have your Matic network here. So you can click that and you'll be able to see some of the different assets that you have here. And also keep in mind, you'll see that you have your address, and your address stays the same. It's not going to change. You're basically just giving access to a whole new network. So you're able to operate somewhere else. But you're still able to keep that one piece that you had already. So your wallet, it's never going to leave. It's just you're opening up like like if you would go to a website to buy something for like PayPal, for example, and they say, oh yeah, we have PayPal integration here. You can just use your PayPal account. It's kind of the same way, So let's go ahead and let's look at another one. So we are going to go to, we'll save this one for a bit, but the Matic wallet bridge. I want to show you this one too, because this is it's about bridging different assets together. And each, one second. So BNB has the same thing for this. And essentially what you're doing is you're taking an asset from whatever other chain you're using. And Ethereum is a great way to do it. And actually, I'm going to try to do this so we can actually show you guys exactly. I don't even know if I have, do I have any Ethereum in here? I do not, but how about we do this? Let's go ahead and do this, and we'll type in Matic and see if it comes up or if it's even showing. Let's refresh because I guarantee it's not loaded. Good. Okay. Choose a token from Ethereum. Are we going to load? Okay, here we go. Okay. So let's see if I have any Ether. Do I have any? No. Let's see. Do I have any Matic? Okay, yeah, I do. I have some Matic here. Cool. So as we can see, my available balance for my Matic here is 6. So let's just go ahead and let's just do 1, for example, and we want to pull it to the Polygon network, right? So this Polygon here, you're noticing that this Polygon or this Matic that I have, they're the same thing, so please do not get confused. They've just rebranded. I think that it's, again, I like the Polygon name, but I honestly think they should have just kept it Matic because of, it's kind of confusing. So, but you can see that this Matic right here doesn't interact with this Matic because it is on a POS chain essentially, or a main chain. You are taking it from one and putting it to another network. So you're essentially taking it and bridging it over. So we're going to do 1, and we're going to use the transfer mode, which is Plasma Bridge. We're going to transfer it. It says moving funds from Ethereum to Polygon. Deposit of funds takes about 7 to 8 minutes. And I don't even know. It may ask me. I might have to put money in for it. But again, I'm going to try to walk through it as most as I can. So just to give you guys a little bit of background on it. So it's going to say it's going to take $6.26 to do it. Again, it's going to ask me about my Ethereum. I'm going to switch back to the Ethereum network. So anytime you switch back and forth, just a heads up, especially on the web-based, I know it does it in the actual mobile as well, so don't be discouraged. You can go ahead and you have to switch the network back and forth. So anytime you're operating, like say, for example, if I was on PancakeSwap and I needed BNB, I could switch to Binance Smart Chain. It automatically recognizes it, and then I can end up going ahead and operating on it. So as of right now, I don't think I have any money in there, so it may... Yeah, it's going to ask me for some, but I don't have any in here. But you would go ahead and just essentially hit continue. Once you would do that, it'll go ahead and it'll take about 6 minutes to deposit, and then you will confirm it, and then it'll send the money right on over. So it's very cool. I might be able to even do it vice versa. So let me try it again with just 1 Polygon and see exactly what it says. Let me see real quick. So 1 transfer. So this one right here. So this is one thing that's very hard about the Polygon layer 2 solution is taking when you're trying to pull back from the plasma bridge, or the bridge essentially. Layer 2 solutions do take a little bit longer to get your funds back. Now it's not because of any reason for concern. It's just it takes time. So you can see here that for the POS chain, it says 45 minutes to an hour, and then 7 days in Plasma. Now I have had one for Plasma, and I had some Ethereum that I brought over, and it did take 5 days. Again, that's a drawback. But when you don't bridge it with Plasma, then you're okay. But the POS, what Telcoin uses, is totally fine. And again, that it would only ever take 45 minutes to an hour if you were already operating on Polygon and you wanted to move it back over. So worst case scenario, it takes an hour, and even then, that's almost about the same as Bitcoin. So no worries on that. And exactly whenever they go to an Ether 2.0, you won't have to worry about that at all. So again, it's just a meantime thing, but I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. So, but I can do this, and you'll see that it says I can confirm the withdraw or anything like that. But I just wanted to show you guys that part of it. Again, though, I do want to go back and show you guys QuickSwap, for example. Now in QuickSwap, you can go ahead and they have that bridge the little assets right there, and it'll take you exactly back to the same place that I just showed you. And you'll also be able to see that I'm going to switch this network to Matic. You'll see that it recognizes my wallet. You can see that it's on here now, but if I go ahead and click Ethereum again, watch what happens. See, it goes back to it. So it's always going to ask you that. Switch my network. Oh, okay, cool. I want to trade one of these. So let's just grab up a token. So we'll buy some of this Polydoge for one, right? And this is just an example of how fast it can be. So you'll see that we'll get 7 million roughly, or 75 million. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. You'll see that the fee is pretty small. We'll confirm it. It'll ask us to sign it, which you'll see that it's only literally a 0.0025%. I mean, or not percent, but 0.0025. It's very low. So we confirm it. We can actually view it on the Polygon scan to see it. Let's go ahead and click a refresh. Oh, it says the transaction has not been into, so the next block still has yet to be mined. And there we go. It's already done. So that's what's pretty cool. It's very quick. And again, not everyone's going to be looking at this. This is more of people that are wanting to understand more of the background of it. But as you can see, you can just see people, me from, and then you can see that I had called that for one Matic, and then there, and it pulls me and gives me the Polydoge. So now I have that, and if I go back and I look at my wallet, I can see that it's already there. You can see that it's swapped already, and all the money is already there. So it works very well. It's very quick. I like it, Again, another thing I wanted to touch on too, though, is the liquidity or impermanent loss that people are talking about. Now, impermanent loss doesn't mean that it is permanent. It means that people are kind of scared about providing liquidity to a certain extent, or I've seen it around the ecosystem. Whenever you're providing liquidity, for an example, and I'll be able to show you guys this as well because I have it pulled up on mine. So I think this will do it'll give you a better idea exactly what you can earn and just why it's so important. So again, I'm not going to be providing liquidity though for Telcoin immediately, and that's just my personal opinion. I'm going to wait a little bit, but you can see that also they're having it on the DFX Polygon, and then here liquidity on July 7th, and you can get it for these assets. So these assets are basically you're getting you QuickSwap for the left one, you'll get Polygon for the other one, you'll get wrapped Ethereum from the other. However, I think that all these pools that are right here, you're providing that up, right? And they are incentivizing you with QuickSwap. That's what they're doing. So not only are you getting a portion of the transactions that are operating on there, but you're also getting the QuickSwap token. Let me jump into it a little bit more and show you exactly what I mean, because I've done it for the past couple days, and I really want to show you guys just how beneficial this really can be to some people. And I tell you the truth, it's beneficial to me. I like it. So I'm going to pull up, from my phone. I'm going to use the Wallet Connect feature that's here, and then I am going to go ahead and show you just exactly some of the, I guess you could say, the rewards that I've gotten since then for providing liquidity, right? So we're going to scroll down and we're going to see that down here in their liquidity pools, you can see the same pools that they're providing down here are going to be provided here. Again, DFX will be providing these three. So again, this one's on here as well, and if DFX is one of the new active, USDC or just fiat-backed stablecoins that are monitored by real-time price oracles. Excuse me. And to give a more accurate time frame, or give a more accurate exactly what the price is. Sorry, I was trying to think. So again, in here, I want to show you exactly. So it's going to operate pretty much the same way, I would assume, with the QuickSwap feature, how they are rewarding you with QuickSwap. So in here, you are incentivized by the DFX token. So for the past week, I have put in, I guess you could say, about, I want to say $85 or $8,000 or something like that. I can't say 100%, but in doing so, I was provided 136 LP tokens. Now, these tokens, I want to show you the analytics on it. I did on SushiSwap. So in SushiSwap, you can see that you can add liquidity, you can trade for the token. I added the liquidity. I added the about $8,000 or something like that. And then it was, I think, a 50-50. So I provide 50% of DFX and 50% of wrapped Ethereum. So in doing so, I was given 136 SushiSwap LP tokens. Now those tokens, then I go to the actual website, DFX, and they double incentivize you. They double incentivize you to stake your LP tokens, and in doing so, you get rewarded with DFX tokens. So not only are you getting a portion of the pool for the transactional fees, but you're also getting DFX tokens. And that's exactly how it's looking, it's going, or how it's going to be with QuickSwap with that like 120% APY. Now the APY will fluctuate based off of how many people are in the pool. As you can see, whenever I first got into this, I think it was 107. So you can see it has dropped since then. However, I've made money off of it, and now you can see within a week I made 389. So if we go ahead and we take that and we say, okay, it's right now it's at about 51 cents, and we times that by 389. We're looking at about $200. So within the past week, at the current price levels, I made $200, and that is excluding the transactional fees that I have incurred from the actual SushiSwap liquidity pool. So here's where the impertinent loss or the impermanent loss comes into. Is let's say, for example, the DFX token shoots up in price. And I'm like, oh my God, the DFX token's at $1 now. I could have doubled my money if I would have just, if I would have just held the asset. That's where everyone's getting, this is where people are getting kind of confused or upset, is the value of if you would have just held the asset opposed to the value if you're providing liquidity. So if you're in it for the long term and you want to incur money in the meantime, you should provide liquidity. But if you're just looking long-term and you don't want any money whatsoever and you just want to see the value of the token go up, then you're probably not going to provide liquidity. However, the impermanent loss comes in whenever you're providing liquidity and you get scared that, oh my God, it's going up, and you take out. Now, when you take out, you lose your pool and you lose your position in the pool. It's no longer there anymore. So again, you would lose that value, because if you would have just staked it, you would have been making money the entire time. And if the price of the token drops, then if it went back down to where it was, then you would have just been in the same exact place. Plus, you would have made a lot of money based off your position in the pool. So you're getting this double reward incentive onto putting your money in there. And in doing so, if the token does go up, you're given another token that is worth its weight in value. So QuickSwap would be the token alternative in conjunction. Now, I have heard that Telcoin does have different staking options that will be available, because I know everyone was upset about basically just sitting there and letting the tokens just go up, earn tokens based off of that. There are different models for proof of stake, and each one does different things. So I can see maybe later on them doing a delegated proof of stake, meaning that they have a pool of trusted individuals that can go ahead and verify the transactions on the network. But we'll just have to wait and see. There are a lot of great things coming, and I really look forward to it. So again, you make a decent amount, man. At about $200 right here within a week, and you take that. I mean, I'm making, if we look at a yearly scale, that's 10 grand. Now, the reason why I didn't put more in here is for the fact that it's not really like 100% out there for the public yet. So meaning it's still kind of under beta, I guess you could say. But I will definitely be doing staking, because if you are looking at it from a long-term perspective, and if you've been believing in Telcoin this entire time, then the fees that can come from this are just going to be astronomical. You're talking about hundreds of millions, if not a couple of different billion. I would say upwards of, as of right now, there's how many people without bank accounts? I'm not going to keep repeating it, but you guys know what I mean. There's definitely a lot of opportunity out there, and I think that it needs to be explored. So before I go, I do want to say that I would highly look into liquidity providing, because you're being double incentivized to do so, not only from just the pool setting, from the fees, but also from the token. So other than that, if you do have any questions on that, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to help out. But I do want to get back to the the giveaway that I promised, that my little jelly bean. This is the same one they gave me. I'll just keep this stuff on here for you, and I'll send it out to the winner. I've already made the video. It was about 20 minutes in, and I kind of messed up because I felt like I was being confusing. But the winner that I did end up getting, to pick out was, I used the Twitter thing to where it automatically picks the person, and it was Nathan of Earthly Trek. He's from Australia, so congratulations, man. Thank you very much for obviously following myself, but following Telcoin, because I think that's the one that really needs to be shed light on. So I hope you enjoy it, man. I'll be reaching out to you and just to get a little bit of information. And again, if you guys have any other questions, just please let me know. I look forward to doing more of these videos, because I think that we need more of this information out there, especially with something so meaningful like Telcoin. So I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, a happy 4th of July, whether you're here in the United States or anywhere in the world. And just thank you so much for all the support. It really does mean a lot to me. So again, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.